Parks and Recreation comedy recreated. Within the series, we see the use of new comedy character archetypes. Parks and Recreation's success as a sitcom lies in its ability to place Andrew Stott characters in a governmental bureaucracy that is a rich source for everyday humor. Combination of old comedy's political setting with new comedy's character types and themes of domestic and private life, along with romance, sexual desire, the circulation of money, and the imposition of patriarchal order. Leslie Knope is known as the profligate. As the impractical young protagonist, Leslie often initiates the plot for many episodes of the seven-season sitcom. Her good-intentioned, naive behavior, juxtaposed to the rigid nature of the city government, creates comedic beats and usually provides funny moments that relate to the plots of the episodes. From the pilot, Leslie agrees to build a park in an empty lot. However, every time that she seeks the city's approval, she gets shut down. Her inverting various negative comments with her positive outlook is humorous. During the episode Boys Club, Leslie recklessly steals wine from a gift basket, which leads to April, the department's underage intern, drinking some of the wine, resulting in the conflict of the episode. Tom Haverford is known as the clever slave. Tom Haverford's character is best matched to the clever slave who works hard to avoid the responsibilities of working. His habitual inventing of quick get-rich schemes and misguided attempts of hard work provide a comic inversion of the idea of success. Some examples of his get-rich-quick schemes include a nightclub called Eclipse that's open for 2 days a year for 1 hour and a 5,000 coverage fee, inventing a talking tissue box that encourages you to blow your nose through a speaker whenever you grab a tissue, and a gourmet alcoholic yogurt that he names Yogurt Platinum. Ron Swanson is the substitute Senex. Ron Swanson is a substitute Senex who is seen as the fatherly parent figure within the Parks Department. Director of Pawnee City Department, hates interacting with the public, will actively avoid at all costs, and constantly works to make the government less effective. Ron Swanson is a man's man. He loves to hunt, eat meat, woodworking, drinking whiskey, and of course, sex. Ron is a cut and dry character of Parks and Rec, very stoic and straight to the point. At one point in the series, he clearly states that the less he knows about people, the happier he is, because he is not interested in caring for another person. Throughout the show, comic themes become present. Traditional and modernized ideas of comic themes are merged to create comedic effects in this popular comedy show. Common comic themes seen throughout the show include the use of women in comedy, politics and satire, and gender roles and their dynamics. Women in comedy. Traditionally, women in comedy failed to have leading roles where they could showcase their comedic skills. Instead, they were assigned silent roles where they were likely to be side characters. However, Leslie Knope breaks the traditional mold of women in comedy by displaying her comical personality as the lead comedian. Her role as the unruly woman is prominently featured in the series as she stands outside of normative notions of female beauty and behavior. Her quirky and clumsy behavior often puts her in embarrassing situations where the audience can view her personality compared to those around her. For instance, throughout the show, we view Leslie's constant need to challenge the patriarchy and be a pioneer for women in politics. This creates comical moments as she usually fails to do what she intends to or embarrasses herself in the process. Politics and satire. The use of political satire in comedy is meant to ridicule the various ideas or institutions involved in politics. Parks and Rec revolves around the ridicule and amusement of the political workplace by creating common political scenarios, then adding the comic personalities of the people that work there. The juxtaposition of the employees' beliefs, especially Leslie's loyalty to government solutions and Ron's libertarian views, create comic opportunities to satirize the oft-changing landscape of city politics. In many scenes, the workers are often overconsumed or careless about their jobs. Their mannerisms and behaviors allow us to find enjoyment in an environment where it is mostly serious. Gender roles and their dynamics. For years, women in comedy had to face the silent role. They were often partners to their male counterparts and subject to marriage plots, leaving no room for identity or development. Parks and Recs demonstrates gender roles and how they are supported or challenged by the people in them. Leslie and Tom's relationship breaks gender stereotypes as Leslie is the head director while Tom is her assistant. This dynamic allows for progressive step for women and their role in comedy as she is the one in charge. Gender roles are also challenged when Ben runs for Congress. For instance, it is tradition for the wives to enter a pie baking contest. Leslie refused to participate and is attacked for not being a good mother, as well as not taking homemaking and family values seriously. Leslie then gives in to pressure and signs up for the contest. However, women begin attacking her, saying that she's setting women back and supporting the oppressive tradition. So, what makes Parks and Rec so interesting and funny? The use of new comedy archetypes and themes allow us to view and understand character dynamics a lot better in a much more intimate setting. Audiences can identify and relate to situations on a greater level. The ridiculing of government and political scenarios allow the audience to sympathize with the department. Characters and their stereotypes also contribute to the total comedic effect of the show, as their humor and mannerisms are often silly yet expected due to their archetypes. References, we have Stott Andrew Comedy 2nd edition. Thank you.